What is up, you guys? My name is Brandon and welcome to my channel. If you guys have never been to my channel before, please make sure you like and subscribe. So I'm finally excited to bring you guys commentary. I know that recently my gameplays have been kind of dull because there has been no sound other than just the gameplay, but I'm finally excited to start talking on these things so you guys can hear my voice while watching the game. Okay, so let's get started. So as you guys know, I usually start with my qualifying laps on these things, so I'm just gonna kind of run through with the new track here. At the time of me actually racing this track, I had never raced in it before, so this is my first time actually going on this track. I think I had raced a few times. As you can see right there, I actually have a lap time already, but those races were a mess, so I'm not even going to show you those. But let's keep going on with this lap. Actually, this part of the lap is really scary because this has a really long straight. It's like a magnet for slipstream. Actually, a lot of the times people pass other people on this straight, and it makes for a really nerve-wracking section when you're in front of somebody because you know that at any point they're gonna pass you probably. So we're gonna come up to the chicane now. This is actually a tricky chicane because it's a really tight one, and to get the most out of the chicane you actually have to get on the curbs, but you know, sometimes it's hard because you'll unsettle your car, you'll probably flip your car. I mean, it's happened to me a few times. But one thing is for sure, this chicane is definitely key to the lap. So coming to the line, 1:33.4 is my time. I'm here gonna start in second place. So if you see, the guy in first place actually has a 1:32. I've noticed that a lot of the people that started on pole position actually had a lot of 1:32 times, and the people that were the fastest in the world usually had 1:31s, probably like low 1:31s, high 1:30s. I don't ever think of myself ever being able to get to that level, but I mean, I don't know, maybe someday. But anyways, here at the start of the lap, I'm actually in the slipstream. That's one of the advantages of being in second place, is that you can actually get a slipstream on the guy in first. So as you can see right here, I'm quickly coming up to this guy. I'm almost gonna pass him, but not quite. Going to turn one, not quite there. He's gonna stay in front of me, which I was hoping that it wouldn't happen because he's actually a lot faster than me. I mean, just looking at the lap times, he's a lot faster than me. You never know. It's common that people like put in like super fast lap times and aren't able to replicate it during the race. So we won't see until like probably a few laps. You see right here again, I'm on the inside. I think I just missed my braking point. It's hard to judge your braking point when you're in the slipstream because your car goes a lot faster, so your braking point comes a little bit more back. Because you're going a lot faster, you're not going to be able to brake and make the corner at the same time, so you have to kind of adjust your braking point. And right here I kind of messed up on that because you can see like I went a little bit deep. I almost hit the guy, but anyways, I'm talking too much as now I'm in first place because of that long straight. Here we go at the chicane. I almost unsettled my car. The guy behind me is really close to me. He's trying to pass me. I'm gonna fast forward right here. You can see the guy behind me is using the slipstream to get really close to me. He tries to go on the inside. Oh, and I got hit. Smacked into the wall. The guy on the right goes ahead and goes in front of me. So now I'm in second place. Let's see what we can do now. So the guy that's in front of me actually started behind me, so technically that means that I'm faster than him in some form. Here's the guy that was behind that guy, I think. So we really got our work cut out for us here because we gotta go. I think I just misjudged my braking point. I hit him. I think that was probably my fault for hitting my brake point a little bit too late. But here we go on the long straight. Like I said, the slipstream is very powerful here. As you can see, the guys behind me are starting to get close to me a little bit. Here we go. I'm not in the range of the guy in front of me, so I'm have no chance. The guy goes on the side and I get smacked into the wall. I don't really suggest being next to somebody right there. Here we go. There's two people right here. I get in front of this guy right here to the left. Gonna fast forward through the chicane, as now there's two guys behind me. Now I'm losing a lot of ground. I don't know why or how. I think I was still not used to racing on this track yet, but it's still early in the race, so you never know what might happen. So now we're toward the end of lap 3, approaching this chicane again. This guy in front of me has a penalty. He messes up on the chicane, and me getting my car stuck, I hit the wall. I also get myself a 5-second penalty. So we're both now here stuck with penalties. And as a result of the penalty, now this guy is gaining a lot of ground on me. As you can see, he's now on the side. And I'm at a loss here because he's using the slipstream of the guy in front of me, so he comfortably gets ahead of me. So now we're going to turn 1. I'm looking to try to pass him, and I get the job done. That's the effect of being faster, knowing how to take these turns, what speeds to take them, what braking points to take them. I kind of get a little bit sloppy right here at the end, but I'm going to fast forward right here to this braking point. I get this braking point right finally, but this guy hits me in the back. I smack this thing in here, the pit entry, and now I'm falling way back. So now I'm going to forward here. Now I'm in 6th place. And one thing you don't want to do on this track is to go side by side into this chicane, because there is not enough room at all for 2 cars. There's barely enough room for 1 car, so having 2 cars going at the same time is a terrible idea. That is a disaster waiting to happen. So now we're at the chicane again on the final lap, and this guy kind of messes it up. You see I have a good run on him, but he has the outside, and I don't really have any space to go, so I couldn't really put on the accelerator. And I don't know if the guy behind me has a penalty or not, but I sure do. So coming up to the line, I think he did have a penalty because I ended up being in front of him. Yep, he did have a penalty looking at the final results. So I finished this in 6th place, which is very disappointing seeing that I started in 2nd place. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next race here. Starting in 2nd place again. Literally 1/10 of a second off of the lead. That should probably make for a really close race. So I'm right behind Prime Scoper. Hopefully this race isn't as messy as the previous one, because by this time I would have already raced a few races already, so you would think I would have more experience. I would get used to the braking points, get used to all of the lines and how to take them around people to make sure that you don't crash into them when you're both going into the same turn. So hopefully this one won't be as messy as the last one. So behind Prime Scoper, like I said, I'm firmly in the slipstream going into turn 1, braking a little bit early. You can never be really too careful on your braking points when you go into turn 1, but I will say though that sometimes people miss their braking points on turn 1. Turn 1 is a really popular spot to miss your braking point. So here at the chicane, going through the chicane, get a little out of shape, so the guy behind me is probably going to catch me up really quick. Yep, there he is. There he is, going right by me. So that brings me down now to 3rd position. Now that he's passed me, so now I'm going to skip ahead to later in the lap. I just bumped that wall, so I'm probably going to lose another position as this guy goes right by me. I'm not in 4th place. So here's the thing again about going to the chicane at the same time. You see, one of you guys always will lose out, and in this case it was me. So now I'm going in 4th place, going here into turn 1, and I'm going through the first section as good as you could probably want to take it. You see all the turns, very smooth, very nice, and I'm catching the guy in front of me very fast as a result of all of this. Like I said, you really want to stay close to your lap time from your qualifying. So now I'm approaching the end of the first sector here, and I get a 23.0. That's about as good as a time as you want to get if you want to get into like the low 133s. And whoa, I really missed my braking point here. I get sent to literally like nowhere land. It's a good thing that I bailed out of that, because I was gonna destroy the guy in front of me too. But as you see right there, there's a guy that also messed up right there too. So we're actually in 3rd place, so not all is lost really here. So coming up to this chicane, you can see this guy right here also messing up. That chicane is terrible, dude. Everybody has probably felt it at some point at that chicane. So now I'm back up into 2nd after that disaster that I did earlier. So now I'm going to go forward here at the end of lap 5. So the guy in front of me is actually like about 9 seconds in front of me, so looks like there's no point in racing this, but he's actually right there. This guy is parked on the side of the road. Who knows what this guy is doing? So now I've taken over 1st place, and like I said, after that entire disaster, I finished in 1st place. How that happened, who ever knows, but I got lucky. I got very lucky. That's actually my first victory on this race, and that's lucky because I thought I was going to finish with a bunch of 2nd and 3rd places, but you know, since I got 1st, I might as well go into another race. This time actually starting to pole position, going into this hairpin, and what is going on with me in this hairpin? I've missed my braking point I don't know how many times during the course of all these races right there on the hairpin. So I've crashed, now I'm in 4th place. gonna skip ahead here, using the slipstream to actually catch this beetle right here, and I pass him pretty easily. Never mind, I don't. Oh, yeah, I actually bumped him into the wall. Well, that was actually really my bad. I didn't really realize where the end of his car was, so my bad. Now coming up to the chicane, uh, really bad. So I get myself a penalty there. I have realized that my inconsistencies with this race has been within the hairpin, braking really late, and that chicane. And as a result of that chicane, here comes the guy on my right. He's now past me, and I'm in complete loss here because I have a penalty, and now this guy's passed me. So now coming up to the first turn, oh, never mind. This guy now has a penalty. He crashed himself into the wall. It's really easy to get penalties in this because everything is enclosed, everything is within the walls, and that guy is completely dead. But anyways, like I was saying, since the track limits of this track are actually walls, even the smallest bump gets you a penalty. The thing that sucks about it too is that not only do you smack into the wall and lose a bunch of time, you also get a penalty on top of that you also have to serve and lose even more time. So it's really tricky to get it right around this track. But anyways, I'm showing you lap 4 actually, and the reason I'm showing you this lap is because I've actually done a really good lap on this one. So coming up to the final turn, taking that turn very nicely and going on to the main straight of the start finish line. So I'm gonna be approaching the line right now, and as you see right here, I got the fastest lap of the race, 1:33.9, which ain't that bad considering that my lap time was somewhere around there. But skipping ahead to the final lap, there was absolutely no way I was gonna get into first place considering how far back I was and the penalty that I have. But the best I could do is second place, hoping that the guys behind me don't catch me, but fortunately they did not. So I finished this race in second place, and with that I end the video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more Gran Turismo videos. I also have Black Ops 4 videos and zombies videos that I also do, so if you want to check those out, make sure you do. And thank you for watching. Peace out.